guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be absolutely awesome. I've been lucky enough to be invited by Red Bull to come to an Atherton Racing Rider for the day. Got tons of activities planned. Proper dream day of mine. The action is all tomorrow, so I need to get some sleep. It's like 20 to 11. We've just had dinner and we talked about what's going to be going on tomorrow, so I'm so excited. I can't wait to show you all. The first little surprise I got when I came into the hotel room was this. So we've got an Atherton jersey, Atherton trousers, can't wait to wear them. A little note from the Athertons as well, just sort of explaining tomorrow. We've also got some Red Bull for lunchtime, definitely needed. We've also got a Duffy top and jumper, and I can't really believe that I'm here right now doing this. We've got, yeah, really exciting. It's all about the racing rider experience. So we're gonna do some timed laps, some really cool workshops. We'll get a little bit of coaching as well. But you're gonna see all of that tomorrow. So yeah, see you then. Now for a breakdown of the day with Red Bull athlete Rachel Atherton and G Atherton.
Plan for the day. I know a lot of you have ridden the bike park already, so a bit of a chilled start. We're gonna, well, uplift was meant to be 10 o'clock, we might miss that now. We're a bit behind, blame Rachel.
Blame Julia.
No! Don't call me out, I'm not with it. The plan is, first run, we'll go up and we just do a super chilled cruiser run down, just to, you know, check out the track, decide which course we want to do, and then the idea is a timed run quite early on. But this doesn't want to be an absolute hare, it's just a relaxed run, just as a bit of a guide as to where we are. After that, yeah, you don't know this, do you? You should come last night. After that, I think we're going to do a cornering workshop with Albond. Albond he's floating around. He's a great guy over here, Albond. Bondi does a lot, he's a resident dyfibikepark coach, I guess you'd say. Well experienced man, raced a lot of World Cups, he's raced hardline, so he knows his stuff. Really make the most of him, ask him questions. If there's stuff you're not sure about, you know, you can call him over, pull him to one side, make sure you really make the most of him being here. But after the timed run, cornering workshop with Al, then about 12:30 we'll stop for lunch. After lunch we're going to do a bit of a bike setup session with Ben and Chris over next to the bikes there. They're the World Cup mechanics, so they can help with setup, they can change anything on your bike. If you're riding one of the Athy bikes, you know, really use those guys to get some tips from. They can give you tips what we do with our bikes, what we can do to you know, speed your riding up. If there's a problem you often have, you know, speak to these guys. They're very smart guys, they don't look it, but they are full of endless wisdom. After that, we are going into a jumps workshop, which is probably going to be the most fun part of the day.
So let's start riding on Swooper.
I've got to be up from the back.
Does feel wide. Feel like to be an Atherton racer. Ben, have you got your...
Yeah, I was living with Daniel Bunker.
Yeah, good mate. Just I'm good.
Let them know they go ready to go when lunch. When we start for lunch. Yeah, I'm quite excited to see it. Appreciate it. On this one?
I've started now. Yeah, I think it looks really good on this side. Yeah, so tired.
I feel like I'm constantly standing in the way of any kind of cameras as well.
Stop swearing, Vanessa. Damn it.
It's a lot of fun. It is.
Yeah, what's burning on
You're
the
not used
after
to
the
it.
race?
No, I mean, I guess I don't mind. It's just I don't want to be like standing awkward in the way if someone is filming something. Yeah. I'm just like,
Get the driver, most important man today. I just cycle around Amsterdam on my Omar fix, and I think I'm really cool.
wow, that is pretty cool. Yeah.
That is pretty cool, actually.
Post every day.
So we're at the top now.
I've been told it's quite greasy, so take it steady. But I think pretty much everyone here. So just think, yeah, it's nothing majorly difficult. It's a sort of easy red trail. It's the one I get everyone to warm up on. Yeah, you need to get your brain and body kind of awake. First thing, I know it's not first thing in the morning now, but we'll pretend it is, okay?
We should have done a proper warm-up, like at a watch, shouldn't we? You know, like a proper race warm-up.
We'll have a cruiser.
Cruiser! Oh, is that?
Yeah.
Just for show, really. Not really doing anything, is it? Like things on the top of this trail, a lot of the top of this trail is in the open, and obviously with the wind at the moment, it's best just to go around this first drop and stay low. It's like the temptation is to want to go up in the air on some of these jumps and
Yeah, the hardest bit's at the top, isn't it, really?
yeah,
And then
with
it gets
wind as
easier.
well. So we need to make sure we stay on this top section.
Everyone's GoPro's on.
Yeah, they're on, yeah. Go on, you guys go.
You record it?
I'm nervous now.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's so much better.
Feel it like just a little bit.
Taking one right off already. Crash.
You could ride that every day.
Yeah, it's a little bit more than greasy, I think.
Yeah. That run was absolutely insane, and so what we're going to do is go straight back up for another run.
Yeah, so it's also the first few months.
Hey. Oh, hello. You're on the YouTube. Ugh.
It's funny though, at the time I thought I was okay.
Just about to get a cornering workshop.
So when a ballerina spins, she kind of looks at a point, fixes it, to stop her getting dizzy. Kind of look at a point, you get closer to said point, you look up to the next point, point to point to point. With turns, it's obviously slightly different again as well, because you're not just looking at a point, your head's actually turning to look around the turn. So as I'm coming in, my entrance point is my focus point, and then with a turn this big, you'll probably then be looking mid-turn. Once you get into mid-turn, you'll then be looking for the end of the turn, so it's like duh, duh, duh. But a lot of people are really static with their bodies, they won't let their head move, but like you'll see like these guys and rates, like if they're hitting the turn, like their head will be like this, because they're generating that force, not only through like hips and stuff, but just because they're directing their body and vision that way.
So the demo, if you go down there, it's quite good, isn't it? You see, I mean, Andy just demo.
Yeah, definitely. And that brings me to my next point as well. The hips follow the head. So it's like not just my eyes glancing, it's like my head goes, my head's going. And as my head goes, my hips follow. So that's the big thing with turns, head and hips.
And these days, you almost, there's so many one after another, you almost feel like your head stays in the middle and you bite in your body. It's almost like skiing, isn't it?
Yeah, it is very, very similar to skiing.
Because they're so close together.
With turns, it's obviously slightly different again as well, light on the feet, but all the strength in the body is like through the core and the legs and the feet. That's where you want to be looking for the strength in your riding, for sure. That's probably one of the things I notice most amongst people I coach. They don't use the strength here. They want to use the arms loads, but the strength is all down here through the core of the body and into the legs. So we can just focus on strong legs, good hips, good head. We'll get a demonstration from a few of these guys now. Go on, man. Andreas.
The turn's flatter, you need to physically, you want to be dropping your foot so all your weight's on the outside one, but like Al said, when we're quite fast, firm turns like these, if you can just weight that outside foot, that's enough, but you do need to consciously press on it just so that you're getting that force on the outside and slightly lower down.
Yeah, I see a lot of people light on the feet, but all the strength in the body is like, it's through the core and the legs and the feet. That's where you want to be looking for the strength in your riding.
Woo! Woohoo! That's how you manage.
I try and like be light, and then like you said, push. Have a spot where you're really like heavy on the bike, yeah, so you can like pop to the other direction.
Yeah, if you're cornering, like onto it and confident exactly where it's going to be and pushing it in.
And like with your girlfriend, like especially with girls, like when you're learning, when you're first getting into it, everyone says, well, people say like lean back.
Yeah.
Actually, that's almost the worst thing you can do, because you're unweighting the front, and then the front's so easy to drift, wash out and stuff. So you actually want to be in the middle, if not a bit forward.
It is scary. It's counterintuitive to want your weight forward, but it's what's going to help.
And then you can only weight the front if your suspension's set up right, if your bars are on the right roll. You know, like if your bars are too far forward, you're not going to have the confidence to weight the front because the position's all wrong. So your force is too soft.
Compromise, aren't you? Because like, you want your suspension hard, but you also want it to let you get your weight forward.
Yeah, if it's too soft, you won't want to weight the front because you'll just, every time you hit
I think if everyone pushes up and then comes through these three turns and try and think of come through and then go after.
She's in. And now it was our turn to take all the advice from Albond and put it into practice.
Go for it.
Get a wave, driver.
We then continued on to a more techie trail, so these berms are extra techie, and Rachel, G and Albon wanted to see if everyone was applying the tips they gave.
cruise on. Yeah, you guys just follow me down.
Yeah.
Yeah, your body, you look like you had better feet position then, like in the turn you were like pressing into it a bit more.
Okay, like pumping
standing
into
on it.
Yeah, okay.
Try and think about that load in the front end as we ride the rest of the way down. Like keeping the weight on the front, pushing around turns instead of leaning back, you know?
Using the 29ers.
Yeah, exactly, just throw it into the turns.
Yeah. Can't feel your forearms after this though.
I know, it's clicking up. I'll follow you.
There's a lot of fast, chattery stuff here. You're going to want to run probably a higher pressure than you'd usually run. When you're off on a trail bike ride or something, you're not hitting the same pace and the same speed or the holes as quick as you are here. So a lot of you are probably feeling that your fork's a bit soft or your shock's a bit soft, and when that happens it pushes your weight forward, say, on the bike or too far back, and then your arms having to do a lot of the work, so you're just tiring yourself out unnecessarily. You can ride through it, but the point where you've got to think, oh, is it me riding, or is there something I can do on the bike here that would help it? And a lot of that comes in, say, like G or Charlie or any of the boys come down and they give me feedback and they're like, right, I'm feeling this, so I feel like I'm getting pitched over the front of the bike a bit too much, and that could be because the forks dive in or the shock rebounds too fast. So it's getting a good balance for the track, and your fork and shock have got to work together. You can't have like one working really fast and the other slow, because your bike's going to end up all out of geometry. Turn it in where you want it.
So the very basics of, you know, if your suspension's too soft, the bike's going to be diving through. It's going to make you feel like you're working really hard. It's going to give you that nervous feeling because you're getting thrown into the front. The back end's wallowing in. It suddenly becomes a lot harder to ride the bike quite aggressively.
This is honestly the best day ever. It's really hard to get videos though because you're enjoying the moment so much, but we've got some awesome clips. So yeah, I'll try and do some more talking bits, and I think now we're going to go practice again. I'm going to do some jump practice, and yeah. On the Continentals.
That's the best jumping I've ever done. Yeah, these are probably the best ones to stop a section. Yeah.
It's only a deep.
Yeah.
They just work.
Yeah.
That's the battle. Once you get the trust in it.
Ooh.
You.
Very nice.
That's probably the safest one.
Yeah. Nice.
This that last step up's really good in practice. Yeah, that's probably the best one for it, isn't it?
I reckon I always taste it.
Come to the right place. Right, okay, let's come back over here. The roof's pretty down over there.
I reckon the one before there.
Yeah, I cleared those ones.
Yeah, that's like weird, isn't it? I don't know why.
I guess it's because like step up safer maybe.
Yeah, maybe. I reckon the ones before.
This one? You got more of a slope.
Yeah, because this actually really is not like hard.
Hard or not hard?
Better them ones, I reckon.
Well, that one I...
Yeah, this is all a bit awkward, isn't it? That one, but...
I normally get people to start on the first one, pedalling, jump the first and the second.
Yeah.
Step up's safer as well.
The step up is safe.
Yeah, but it's harder to get speed for.
Right, okay, go on, let's start on this middle one then. Go have a look at this middle one.
What, this one?
So this one's like, with the speed from there, just pedalling in, it's quite easy. It's actually easy to overjump this one. When you're riding it fast, this one causes problems for people because they tend to overjump and land really far down.
Yeah.
But that's good for practicing because we don't want to have to like pedal our asses off into it, go for a massive run up. I think we just start on top of that.
Sorry.
I mean, I think the thing with the tabletop here, people tend to overjump this one. Whereas that one you've got to put more energy in because you've got to get up and over the landing. What we need to look at firstly is slowing it down and looking at how we drive our energy into the takeoff, and all we need for that is just halfway, jumping onto the top. So yeah, what I want us to look at is obviously we need a good position coming in, because if we're all down here and stuck, you can't put any energy into the jump. You need to be in a good position to be able to apply that force. Everyone's heard of pumping. You heard of pumping?
And then again, it was our turn to give it a shot. These first tables, all we were trying to do is just get that technique of the pop. Do you want to go? So not clearing the table, but just getting the front wheel over and pop with the hips.
Doing the half jump. Yeah, that's what
On our second go, we were actually trying to clear these tables, and then after this, we then focus on the table and the step up, which is this one here.
Sucked it up a little bit.
Try not to like slap any top bits, lower the bike into it so it's smooth.
And like think about like when you are pedalling, because it is flat, if you're going to pedal, make sure you're in a hard enough gear, because 3 or 4 hard pedal strokes rather than like 20.
Yeah, my little legs are going like this.
Yeah, nice and efficient, like you're not in a cartoon.
Yeah, like put it in nice hard gear and just do a few hard cranks.
Yeah.
Can we just get a grip shot?
You're not getting anything with an easy pedal stroke, you're just getting yourself out of rhythm.
Yeah, and sometimes you pedal and it does nothing, you're better just bumping it through. Alright.
Carefully, Jake.
hit my head on the trampoline.
Oh, did you?
Hey, so this is a quick video interruption just to say, although this is the end of the video, I will be doing a part 2 because this video is already quite long. I think we're like at 30 minutes now. But the part 2 will be out this Sunday, definitely. And it's going to involve the Atherton tour bus, which all the mechanics use for all the World Cups, and also a little insight to what the Atherton trainer, I'll put his tag down here, takes all the Red Bull athletes through. And we did a mobility workshop and it was absolutely awesome. So it was really, really cool to see what he puts Rachel through, and Rachel actually joined us in. But before I end this video, I just wanted to sum up the whole day. So you would have obviously seen all the clips and it was absolutely unbelievable. First of all, what we did was the bike setup. So when I got there, I didn't realise that actually I was using Rachel's bike when we were doing all the sort of bike setup stuff with the mechanics to see if the bike would fit me. The bars were 800, so I was like, normally I run like 780, and luckily Rachel runs 782. I think they were just new bars. So the mechanics sorted that out and they cut down the bars again, as you would have seen. Now to talk about the bike, oh my god, it was absolutely insane. So as you know, I normally have a 26er and I've always used that, and every time I've gone to Duffy, which is like 3 times now, I've always used my 26er, so I was very used to riding that. And Rachel's bike was a 29er. She recommended me to go mullet if I do get 29, 27.5 on the back, but it was 29 both on that bike I was using. And honestly, it was a game changer. Like, you cannot feel any roots, rocks, anything, and you just feel, well, personally, I think it completely changed my riding. I just felt so much more confident. And of course, it had the Continental tyres on as well, which was the grippiest thing I've ever felt. There was not one time. It was really slick as well, actually. Really slick and quite wet. Luckily, it did dry out a little bit in the afternoon, but not one time did I slip out. And before on my bike, I was literally slipping and sliding everywhere. So that was just insane, and it felt I felt extremely lucky to be able to ride Rachel's and that they trusted me to ride it. So yeah, that's absolutely awesome. Rachel, G, are super lovely people. We also got coached by Albond. Again, I'll put everyone's tags down below. But yeah, it was an amazing experience. I would absolutely love to go and do it again. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video, but stay tuned for Sunday where we're doing the part 2. So if you click the Rebel TV link below, it'll take you directly live streaming to the men's and women's final for Fort William. So yeah, check that out and I'll see you then.